So in today's show, we're going to talk about how we can re-establish passion within our career. Welcome to the Rise to Thrive show. I am your host, James Boardman. If you are coming through and watching, do please let me know in the comments. Please do drop a like. Let me know if you can relate to this. Let me know if it helps and share with anyone you think it might help. How are we doing? Hope you're good. Wednesday, kind of got this 2 phone things going on now. So I'll start going live on Instagram and Facebook. So very quickly before we dive into this, next Monday I'm running the 5-day Fire It Up Challenge. Okay, it's a free 5 days of coaching with me. The only thing it's going to cost is a little bit of your time and your energy. It's going to be a massive insight for you if you haven't done it already, or if you need a refresher, come back in with us. So one of the things that we spend most of our time with in our lives is work. Whether you run your own business or whether you work for somebody else, the majority of time that we are alive, we unfortunately end up spending at work. Unfortunately. I say unfortunately because I often feel that for many of you, you're kind of stuck within a career maybe that you're unhappy with. And if you're stuck in a career that you're unhappy with, that is a long time for you to be stuck doing something, okay, you don't like doing. Now, for me, my only really experience of this was when I left the Marines and I went to go and work at a local college, and I spent a year and a half doing something that I despised, I hated. I woke up and I had no passion in life because I just didn't want to do that job role, right? I just didn't want to be there. It made me unhappy. I didn't like the role. I didn't like the management. I didn't like anything about it. And that can end up having a major effect on our state of mind, emotionally, mentally, and physically, in how we live our life, okay? And I kind of always use this statement, but it's so true. And it's how we do anything is how we do everything. So if we're going to thrive in a business, if we're going to thrive in our career, what we've got to make sure that we're doing is making sure that work isn't the pedestal. Okay, and what I mean by that is that work doesn't dictate all of our emotions. It doesn't dictate all of our decisions, all of our thought processes, all of our priorities. And I find that when we have more balance in our lives and everything that's going on in our lives, we tend to be able to enjoy our careers more because there is balance. One of the reasons I feel we've become so lackluster in our careers is because we completely consume ourselves in it. So we resent it, we hate it, we have negative emotions towards it, right? And then we see it as pain. And then we just have this relationship where we think work equals pain. And I think that with more balance in terms of having a better work-life balance, having more focus on your personal growth, on your personal health, having achievements and goals that are outside of work, then tends to spread your energy and your time wider, okay? So everything's not about work. Work doesn't become the pedestal. We don't resist work so much. It doesn't become so painful. But when we actually are talking about a job or a business that we run, when we have that balance, we can then thrive more, okay? We can thrive more in that business. We can show it to work ready to crush it because we're dedicating those 8 to 12 hours, however long it is that you're doing in the job. So you get the most out of the job. Your performance rises because you feel happier in yourself. So when you understand that, the fact that if you are happier, if you're more well balanced, if you are more focused on other areas of your life, your performance levels will go up. If you look at the last 4 months, we've been cooped up. We're very burnt out. We're mentally strained right now. So right now, performance in our businesses, in our careers, is not going to be sky high. We've got to find the balance again. We've got to find the passion, the desire, the drive And sometimes that can be difficult. But I think it starts with yourself. So instead of looking for some magical hack or magical way that, you can implement new systems and new structures and models to make your career thrive, actually look at starting with yourself in the mirror and saying, am I the best version of myself? Am I well balanced? Am I in a good place mentally, emotionally, and physically? Because if you're not, you're never going to get the performance you're looking for in your business. Your business is never going to reach its potential. Your career is never going to reach your potential. And more importantly, you're never going to have the energy to be able to find maybe a new job or start that business you've been thinking about or that side hustle because you're too exhausted, too fucked off with life. And you end up becoming in no man's land, which is the rut. When we have the energy, when we have the drive, we don't just put up with the career or the job that we don't want to be in. We actually do something about it. And we have that energy, that drive, that connection to do better, to grow, to be better. And it all starts with you. A successful business, successful businessman, successful people in their career are successful because they have routines and systems for them placed, because they have balance, because they have learned. They're not bogged down. They're not they're not carrying around the 200 kilogram backpack that's weighing them down. That's distracting them from reaching the very heights that they could reach. So in summary, if you're going to thrive in your career, you've got to be able to look at yourself first. You've got to be able to look at your balance. Work cannot be the pedestal of every decision and thought process that you have in your life. You've got to, if you're 40 years old now, you've got 25 years worth of working or so. Are you going to stay in that same job that makes you miserable for those next 25 years? Or are you going to work on yourself to make you realize that it's a must to find a new career or job, or it's a must that you must find or start that business you've been sitting on for the last 5 years? Or are you going to stay in no man's land in a rut and never progress and stay in that same place and just put up with what you've got? It starts with you. That's what it does. Guys, I hope that helps. Let me know if it does in the comments below. I hope you have a great day, and I will catch you soon.